have you seen or heard the news? Jaron Boots Ennis signed with Matchroom. What do you think? Isn't this a good thing? No, it's not. It's a bad move. But I'm not mad. You got to do what you got to do. PBC, Showtime wasn't looking out for you. I understand. Go where you feel that you need to go. But let's be honest for a second. Let's survey the landscape. The kind of fights that he need, Matchroom don't got for him, and they don't got access to. You know, 47, 54 and all that. Who do they got to match him with? What can they do with him? Huh? Everybody he needs primarily is on the PBC side and in other places. Matchroom don't got nobody for him, so what does that mean? In a nutshell, I know you may not want to hear it. I know you may think, oh, you hating and all this other stuff. No, I'm speaking the gospel. It just means Boots wants the easy fights. That means we're going to go another 10 fights with him fighting John Doe number 999. Okay, he going to be 36 fights in with no real significant names. Well, it's not his fault. People drop out. Cody Crowley dropped out and all that other stuff. How about when Blair was calling him out? That would have been a good boost for him. I've already brought this up. Connor being good for everybody else but Boots. You know what I mean? So you signed with Matchroom, but what kind of fights you gonna get over there, man? Once again, the same stuff that we always been getting. This kid wants the easy route, man. It's obvious. It's obvious. The best thing you get from Boots is some highlight bag punching videos. You know what I'm saying? That's it. Punching the bag, skipping a little rope, hitting some pads. That's the most Jaron Boots Ennis give you. He ain't done nothing significant yet. And it don't make no sense, man. It doesn't make no sense, bro. So, yeah, I'm glad he got a place to go. Because they did play themselves for Showtime and PBC. Don't get me wrong.
Boots and that they reached out. Were those talks ever really tangible?
I saw some stuff about people talking about, some discussions with BLK Prime.
You know what I mean? We was trying to set up a fight with him last month because BLK people called us.
I wouldn't characterize that as a discussion. There was a discussion.
I said, yeah. We'll take him in a heartbeat, just like that, right? And they said, all right, let's sit down and talk. I said, oh, you got to talk to my people first, though. Showtime.
Yes, but the reality is, they don't have a deal with Crawford.
I never signed nothing with Showtime.
If Crawford's under contract to BLK Prime, then maybe it goes through that. But the reality is,
with no signing, no contract.
They're trying to put together a fight just like we're trying to put together a fight. So the reality is it was a very short conversation. They didn't really bring much to the table in terms of helping make the deal. So there really was no point in following up on that yet.
See, I'm loyal to Showtime because I'm going to tell y'all.
If there's going to be a Boots and a fight between Boots and Crawford, there are easier ways to do it without going through them.
See, I'm loyal to Showtime because I'm going to tell y'all, I never signed nothing with Showtime. They fair with me, I'm fair with them. With no signing, no contract.
But at the same time, what is he running to? What kind of fights we gonna get? Come on, man. Come on. His resume is too deep not to see nothing. But we gonna see at the end of the day whether what I'm saying is true or not. Now he can go over there in Matchroom and land some fights that's gonna raise an eyebrow or something like that. Then I shut the fuck up. Easy. But as of right now, I can see, and for those that know the game, they can see. They can't do nothing for him over there. Not what he needs. You know what I'm saying? They can't do nothing with him over there. So he's over there looking for the easy fights. And you can tell by the whole email trip. You can tell by the way they've been moving him this entire time, man. Jaron Boots Ennis is a puff piece. Y'all got to face it, man. You not really that until you can prove that. He's been past the eye test, but no real test. And judging from, who was that last dude he fought, Karen or whatever and whatnot, I'm not impressed. We see what it is. You know what I'm saying? The kid got manholes in his game. But I get why they looking at Jaron Boots Ennis. Jaron Boots Ennis If you get in there with if you get him in there with the hand-picked opponents that he needs, he's going to put on a show for the most part. And I think that's what they look at when they look at Jaron Boots Ennis. They look at all that styling and profiling and all that stuff that he be doing inside the ring against those mediocre guys that's not on his level. And they look at that as him being an entertaining fighter. So they look at that element with Jaron Boots Ennis. But other than that, Matchroom ain't going to do nothing for him, man. And he knows that, except give him the soft touches that he needs. Jaron really don't want to step up in no kind of way, bro. Just face it, I'm just being real. You know what I'm saying? They're like, oh, well, you know, him and his father, they're meek, they're humble. They don't like to do this and they don't like to do that. You don't have to be cocky to boast about yourself. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to be cocky to say that you want this fight, that fight, and everything else. Like you don't have to be like that. You can still stand on your square and speak for yourself, and at the same time, you don't have to come across as some meek person who don't know how to speak up for themselves about what they want in boxing or always playing it nice. This is a dirty ass sport. There's no reason for you to put a tuxedo on for this shit. It's just not. But I hear y'all. You know what I'm saying? Hey, I hope it do turn out good. You know, I really do. I just don't see how that's supposed to happen. How is he supposed to get the fights he need at Matchroom? I'm just speaking the gospel, man. How? I don't see it. So it may sound good on the surface and stuff like that, but like I said, you're gonna get about 8 or 9 John Doe fights that you don't know nothing about. You know what I'm saying? And had Jaron Boots Ennis been all that, PBC with their Amazon deal would have rolled out with Jaron Boots Ennis. Why didn't they roll out with Jaron Boots Ennis, man? Everybody knows Jaron Boots Ennis versus Keith Thurman. That was supposed to happen. That's the person that you was supposed to be setting up. Why wasn't they trying to set him up? Why did they leave him out to dry? Why did they have him turn down that Terrence Crawford fight with nothing to replace it? The same thing that they did to Wilder, the same thing that they did to Ortiz. You know what I'm saying? Come on now. That's because he's complacent with taking the easy route about things. You know, because had Jaron Boots Ennis been serious, he'd have been frustrated a long time ago, and he'd have been venting somewhat. But the fact that he signed with Matchroom just lets me know he wants them easy fights. And go ahead, because you're going to have people who's going to love you for it. It's just not going to come from over here. Like, comment, subscribe. Bruce Vane, I'm out.